Reels are the most important thing to focus on when you're trying to grow on Instagram right now. Why? Whenever you publish a reel on Instagram, it gets sent to a lot of people that you don't know, that are not already following you. It gets sent out like crazy. There's the option of not showing your reel in the feed. If you turn that off, the reel gets sent to new people anyway that are not already following you and not in the feed. There is an entire bar for the reels, which is in the middle, that is corresponding to the For You page of TikTok. And there is the Explore, where it also shows at the top right corner of every account in the Explore page. It gets pushed out through those two routes if you did not choose to show it to people in their feed. It also shows up in the hashtags that you put in either the caption or the comments of the reel. The point here is, if you do not put any kind of hashtags on your reels and you do not publish them to the feed, the home feed, they still show up to a lot of people who are not following you already. That doesn't happen with any other type of post on Instagram at all. And this number of people is huge. It's like at least 200 if your reel got zero engagement. Like, nobody liked this reel, nobody has commented on it or saved it or shared it. Still, this is like the definition of zero engagement on a post. Nevertheless, it gets views around 200. That is huge. Another thing is, it does not follow the spam rule. The spam rule is, if you publish like 4 TikToks in a row, the fourth one is gonna experience a drop in engagement. It will not be shown to people who are already following you in the first place, or to new people. It gets suppressed because they believe that this is a kind of spam. This happens if you post the 4 TikToks in a row, like bam, 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 4 TikToks in a row, like in the same minute, in the same, like in 5 seconds in a row. They get suppressed. That feature is not found on Instagram at the moment when it comes to Reels, meaning you are showing it to people who are not following you, people who are not already aware of your existence, and it shows to them without following the spam rule, which means you can post like 5 reels in a row, each will get 200 views by people who are not following you. I cannot find a form of free marketing bigger than that. The problem is, many people browse through the reels without turning the sound on, and they have no idea what's going on. They are not listening to it. So if you just speak to it like it's a normal video, chances are people are not gonna engage with it. So if you happen to put floating text on it, this makes them understand what the reel is about. So if they like the person and they like what he's saying or what she's saying, they are going to end up following you. But if they have no idea what you're saying, but you're a good person, so they might end up just liking the reel, commenting on it, and then moving on with their lives without following you, because they have no idea what you've said. And they cannot turn on the speaker at the moment because they are like in a crowded place or around other people that they don't want them to listen to what they're doing right now. And they're not putting headphones on or earphones, or they're not listening. So it's like silent to them. You have no idea what's going on. You have to put the text of what you're saying on the reel itself. Treat it like a picture post on Instagram that it can, even if it's a gorgeous picture, a very spectacular landscape picture, you gotta put some text on it. So you cannot just talk or speak in the reel without putting the text of what you're saying on the reel itself. That will make them end up following you if the content of the reel is good. Another limiting factor is the 15 seconds. If it were 30 seconds up to a minute, you would be able to do what you want. But the fact that it is just 15 seconds make you under pressure and unable to say what you want, unable to fully express yourself. It feels like you're trying to rush. It's like the Democratic debates, presidential debates of 2019, where every candidate gets like 30 seconds or 45 seconds to express why people should vote for them. That's crazy. You cannot imagine someone to say something meaningful in 15 seconds. That is insane. Which means they are putting in their minds that we are not doing the reels to talk like we do in normal videos. This is what IGTV is for. If you want to talk for a long time, there's IGTV. There's at least the ability to make a post that is a video for 1 minute, which is a normal feed post. And the IGTV is way longer than that. If you want to say something, don't say it in a reel. The reel is for putting text on the screen and just sitting over there while the text flows and does all the talking for you, because you're trying to cram the message in 15 seconds. The point of the reels at the moment is marketing, not expressing yourself, not explaining huge material, not explaining complex stuff, not bringing value to people. It's telling people, hi, I'm over there. Grabbing people's attention as opposed to bringing them value or teaching them something or bringing them massive information. Even if you make an educational reel, it will be like points, titles, like five ways to text a girl, like that. It will be like 5 points, 5 email marketing tips. Do this and this, 5 steps, only titles. You will not be able to explain anything during the reel. So put that in mind. Don't tell me, my brand is too huge to be crammed in a 15-second video. I know. Take advantage of the opportunity as a type of marketing strategy, as a kind of marketing strategy that might be taken away at any time soon. Take advantage of that as a marketing tool, not as a way to fully express your message, to fully express you have no idea how bigger it feels now to write something in the caption on Instagram, or to talk to say what you want on a picture in Instagram itself. It feels now that this is a huge place compared to the tiny size of the reel. I couldn't believe that someday or at some point the typical home feed, even the tweet, feels bigger, feels roomier, it feels like longer, a longer outlet for us to express our thoughts in it compared to the 15 seconds of the reels. Like I can tell you the idea in its entirety in the 280 characters of the tweet. I have no problem with that. I really feel I cannot fully express a single thought in one reel. The only workaround is to put the text on the screen and to utilize it as a marketing tool as opposed to a way to deliver your message. So please don't make big videos and take clips from them and put them into reels. This is not the best way. Make content that is exclusively reels. Do something that is make something that is exclusively designed for the reel. Don't just cut from your bigger videos into the reel. It rarely works. Unless you're like Gary Vee or something, it will rarely be the way to go for you. The point here was that you can produce as much as 15 reels in one day and get the same organic reach from them. All new people, all are people that are not following you already. That is huge. You cannot produce 20 posts in one day without experiencing a drop in engagement. It's because your own followers are not engaging with the post, so it gets deranked by the algorithm, so it gets shown to less people who are not following you already. There's no post that gets initially pushed toward people who are not already following you right now. It gets shown to people that are following you already first. And according to the rate of their engagement on this post, it gets pushed to new people who are not following you. Only the reels are pushed initially from the start to people who are not following you already, especially if you choose to not show it to the home feed. If you choose to turn off the option of pushing that post in the home feed, it gets shown to exclusively people who are not following you. Or if they show it to people who are following you, these are people who will definitely engage with that reel based upon their previous performance toward your posts. So it won't work as a disadvantage to you. It won't de-rank you. And it is not tested by that. It's like they all get the same kind of reach regardless. At least 200, if zero engagement. If it gets a little bit of engagement, like 2 or 3 likes, that reach is raised up to 600, 1,000 to 200 views. We're talking about views here. Like, you can make a perfect YouTube video and be shocked that it gets 3 views, 2 views, and sometimes 0 views. If it gets 7 views, like, oh my god, it got 7 people, 7 huge people, distinct people have watched my YouTube video. That is amazing. Imagine if that number is 1,700. That is the case with Instagram Reels right now. It gets pushed like no other type of post in human history, on all social media platforms. At least since, 2018 or something. Please make Reels. It is an opportunity that you shouldn't pass on it. Another way to grow on Instagram right now is carousel posts. Slides. You just swipe left, and the slides show up one after the other. Make up to 10 slides. Divide your message upon 10 pictures and just add them in a row. You've got now a carousel post, and you can say what you want in the caption for further elaboration. But try as much as possible to make your message divided amongst several pictures in a carousel post. That improves the probability of that post showing up on your followers' normal home feed. So, quadruple down on carousel posts of picture normal home feed posts and reels on Instagram. Forget about the hashtags. The hashtags are a tool to increase your reach. But these are the things that get basic reach at the moment on Instagram. There has to be a minimum amount of engagement for your post to be pushed to higher locations on the hashtags. You can complain all day long about your posts not getting any increased reach because of hashtags, and the problem isn't with the hashtags themselves. The problem is with the engagement on your posts. It's too low. So your posts just show in the recent bar of the hashtags. It does not get shown in the top, and it does not. The hashtags show up in the home feed, but your posts will not be shown when those hashtags appear in the home feed of people who follow those hashtags. So in order to increase the reach of your posts that comes from the hashtags, you've got to work on increasing the engagement of your posts, the engagement on your posts. There's a problem here. You can get 150 comments on each and every post, but you got them in a span of 2 days, 4 days, 6 days. That doesn't work. In order to be upranked by the algorithm, that engagement has to take place in a smaller time. They calculate the rate of engagement. They do not calculate the engagement. The only place that cares about the all-time engagement of the post is YouTube. If, for example, a video got 4 million views and it's from last year, and you search about a certain topic, it shows up like number 1. If the algorithm detects that you are looking for that type of content or type of topic, they will push it in your home feed, your suggestion, even though it was from last year, just because it got a ton of engagement last year. Nobody touched it for like 6 months at least. but it's still considered fresh by the algorithm on YouTube. That doesn't happen on Instagram. If you have a ton of engagement on a post that is from a week ago, it will not be pushed by the algorithm as much. It will be slightly pushed, like a tiny pushing by the algorithm to the Explorer. But that is so small. The actual pushing happens if the rate of engagement is great. What does that mean? If at the first 30 minutes to 1 hour you got like 15 comments, that's better than getting 150 comments within a week. But two of them were in the first day. Now, like the first day, you got only 2 comments. Even though the total in the week is 150, since you got only 2 comments in the first day, it will derank your post and to be considered as low engagement because the engagement rate was too low compared to another post who got like 15 comments in 1 hour. That is good engagement, and then it will be treated by the algorithm as a good post and it will be then pushed. It will still not be pushed in the feed like any other. Instagram does not have the element of virality. You got to understand that. On Twitter, for example, if a certain tweet gets a good engagement, it gets pushed in people's feeds, even if they're not following that person, right away, like on top. It does not happen on Instagram, never. But there is the suggested posts on Instagram, only if you're not following enough people. Like if you're following less than 1,000 or less than 500, that suggested posts show up on your feed, but at the bottom, not while you're scrolling normally through your feed. So the only way it will be pushed, if it got good engagement, will be through the hashtags and through the Explorer and through the suggested posts down there. And also another thing, bear in mind, when people are following someone, or when the moment they follow someone, there is the suggested to follow bar that shows up right away. You will appear in that if you, generally speaking, have good engagement. If you are highly ranking by the algorithm, you could show up as the 60th person in that row, or you could show up as the second or third person. So it's not necessarily for verified people. If that person that you followed is not verified, chances are that the suggested people to follow will also be people who are not verified. If you follow someone who's verified, they will show you suggested people to follow that are right. So another way to push you with by the algorithm is the suggested people to follow. This is something that nobody talks about. This is one of the best ways to grow on Instagram. There, when you finish your notifications, you reach like the bottom line of your notifications. There are always suggested people to follow. These people include two types of people. Those who are new to Instagram, like people who opened new accounts on Instagram last week or something, which most likely you don't want to follow any of them, or people who follow under a certain category or a certain type of people on Instagram that you have recently followed a lot of them. For example, if you're interested in virtual assistants, for example, they keep showing you in the suggested that is at the bottom of the notifications people who are virtual assistants that match the same characteristics of the bunch of virtual assistants that you have recently followed. It could be huge people with a huge following, like 40,000, 400,000, and it could be people with like 160 followers, but they meet the criteria of a virtual assistant, similar to the bunch of virtual assistants that you have followed recently. The significance of this is that if you are detected by this system as a virtual assistant, you will get followers this way. People will find you this way. It is not just through running into your post randomly. There's another way. You scroll through the Explorer. You find something interesting. You click on it. The post is good. You don't want to follow that person, but you scroll down. You find other posts by other people, Some of them you're following, but the majority of them, the most of them, are people that you're not following. That is another way of pushing your content to new people. So now you keep scrolling, and most of them are new people that you are not following, that you haven't followed before. This is a way of pushing content to new people. Your post will not be among these unless it got good engagement. The single most factor that you want to work on when you're making Instagram videos, when you're making Instagram posts, is the engagement. Yes, there's no element of virality. Yes, if your post suddenly got like 6,000 comments and liked by 500,000 people, if that is so new to you, still this post will not show up in people's feed. It will not appear like top 10 in random people's feeds, home feed. That is a problem in marketing. It is weird that after all this, people push out the notion that Instagram is the best place for marketing yourself. No, it's the worst for when it comes to marketing. But when it comes to the kind of people who are starting their businesses over there, it's good. Which means you can find amazing people over there and become friends with them because they are good people who are doing business like you on Instagram, and it was nice to meet them over there. There's no denying that. People on Instagram are wonderful. Another thing is the posts that you can make on Instagram are better than what you can make on LinkedIn, for example, or Facebook or Twitter. Try making the same. Try putting the same picture. They don't care. They just put it like something small on the tweet, for example, or they don't treat the picture with respect. That is the thing. Remember in Breaking Bad where they called respect the chemistry? The chemistry must be respected. Instagram respects the picture. The picture must be respected, the photo. No other platform does this. Even LinkedIn, even Facebook, even Twitter. Nobody treats the picture, just as nobody treats the video like you do. The platform that most respects video is YouTube. There's no denying that. In terms of quality, you can put 4K videos and you find that they are with the same quality as you have it on your computer. It's the same. It does not get reduced. It does not get played with. 4K is 4K. Yeah, it's like Netflix. They don't play with the quality of your videos. People who respect pictures are Instagram as well. And they don't disrespect the video when it comes to the IGTV. That is a fact. Yeah. The problem with the picture is that whenever the one of the advantages of a picture on Instagram is that when you open the picture on a laptop or a desktop, you find that the picture is big. I posted a tiny picture from the phone, but when you show it up on a laptop in the website of Instagram itself, it shows as a very huge picture. No social media platform does that. They just fit it to the size of the post. You might click to expand, but you don't have to click to expand on the Instagram website itself. Another thing is the picture shows up first. On Facebook, it does not show up first. On Twitter, it does not show up first. On LinkedIn, it does not show up first. The picture always gets shoved down, like it doesn't matter. No, I want the first thing to appear in front of people to be the picture, to catch their attention, to grab their attention and entertain them and bring them the value and make them feel good and, increase their pleasure. Yeah, I want the picture to appear first. The only platform that strictly shows the picture, like beyond your capability of changing that, is Instagram. It shows the picture first before any words. Any other platform does the opposite, and without you being able to change that. Never have they shown the picture before the text on any other platform. Even LinkedIn, it's new. Still, they don't care about showing your picture with high quality and good size and fit the screen. It doesn't fit the screen and it's not on top. What I'm trying to say here is that Instagram is unique when it comes to the beauty of making picture posts. Also, the caption length, the amount of words that you can put in the caption is bigger than the amount of words that you can put in any normal Facebook post or LinkedIn post, unless it's a LinkedIn article. So if it is a standard LinkedIn post, it will contain less text than what you can insert in an Instagram caption. Way less. If you want to test that, try filling the caption of Instagram to its maximum, like you cannot insert a single letter after that. Copy all that, paste it on LinkedIn, for example. You will find like it's 50% only of the text is showing up. The rest cannot be pasted. There's no space for it. The remaining part of what you've copied, you can paste it in another post on LinkedIn and it barely fits. It's like almost double that of LinkedIn. I'm not dead sure about that information, but it feels like almost twice as much as you can put when it comes to the amount of text that you can insert in a single post on LinkedIn. It's bigger on Instagram than any other platform. And of course, you know that Twitter is like 2 sentences or something like that. Yeah, 280 characters, which is a joke. They don't want. Up until now, there is no edit button, and you cannot expand your tweet. But yeah, it makes people don't rant on Twitter. They have a point for that. They have a reason. Let's not argue about whether or not Twitter should expand how much text you can insert in a single post. But to their compliment, Instagram is doing something great here, which is allowing you to put as much text as you want in the caption, more than the rest of other social media platforms. Yes, you still can put more text in a YouTube video in the description than you can put on Instagram. It's like 2,000 characters on Instagram, but it's 5,000 characters on YouTube in the description. That is not to mention the pinned comment. You can write more. So if you are talking about, I'm a person who is, more into writing what I want to say than putting it in a video, imagine that you can write more text under the video on YouTube than you can put text under the picture on Instagram, which is like the second biggest social media platform when it comes to the amount or size of or how much text you can put in a single post. Imagine that. A platform that is dedicated for video only allows you to put more text in the video post than the rest of platforms that play the role of we are for the text and we are not just for video. So yeah, it is undeniable that Instagram is a good place to post, to put your content in it. Also, there is when you go to Twitter, you find retweets and retweets with comments all put with the tweets in the same bar. So and you cannot dig into the people's older tweets except through the advanced search. What I'm trying to say here is that you can scroll through someone's content from their very first post ever, like this is the single first post they have made on Instagram, up until their last post in their home feed. That is a good thing. You can like treat it like a library and learn from it. The same is on YouTube. Like can go through their videos. They are all presented one after the other. This is why is that significant? they arrange it in a grid form, so you can scroll through them fast and decide which one that you want to click on. On Instagram, it's a grid, arranged in a grid form, so you can scroll faster through them, and speed matters. And they do not throw away posts because they are too old. It's like they're not bringing you the top posts only, they bring you each and every single post, which means people can treat your Instagram like a library. So I love Instagram when it comes to creating content on it or posting content on it. It's great. Other than that, or aside from that, it is not the best place for marketing. You have to understand that yes, Twitter is mostly for politics, and that's why it sucks when it comes to marketing your business. Yes, people on Twitter are not serious. They are anonymous people. Yeah, I understand that. That's why I'm not telling you that Twitter is better in marketing, but it contains the element of virality. Facebook is not better for marketing because it is pay to play. You have to pay a ton of money just to make your post become promoted and converted into an ad. The organic reach of Facebook now is laughable if you do not pay to promote your post. So that is again a horrible place for marketing your business if you're starting from scratch. Unless you have enough money to pay to advertise and market for your business through Facebook ads. I understand that. So they are not better when it comes to organic reach and or marketing than Instagram. But they both contain the element of virality. If for some reason your post on Facebook got a ton of engagement, it will be pushed and it will become viral. What you have to understand now that this is still the case with LinkedIn. Its organic reach is way better than Facebook, and it contains the element of virality. If your post got a really good engagement, it will definitely be pushed to new people who are not already following you. It's like each and every post gets pushed to a certain percentage of the people that come across your post are people who are not already following you. Like if the organic reach is 180, for example, the reach of a certain post on LinkedIn is 180. Expect at least 20 of them to be people who are new, who have no idea who you are, and they are not already following you. Even if the post gets bad engagement, it gets shown to new people. It is not 100% people who are following you, like the case with Instagram. Your post only gets shown to the feeds of people who are already following you. You gotta understand that. On LinkedIn, for example, there's like 7% of these people are not already following you. It gets shown to new people on their feed. If your post gets amazing engagement, like huge engagement, it gets shown to people's feeds, in the home feed of people who are not following you. And it gets shown to everybody. This is the element of virality. It is existing on LinkedIn. The thing is, now LinkedIn is the place to be for business. It doesn't have the disadvantages of Twitter and Facebook. That's why, and it contains the element of virality. That's